we're rolling.
Alright, this is Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. And it is a game that reminds me very much of Elder Scrolls and Fable and Dragon Age.
Did you just read that off a script?
No, I did not. That was all just out of my head right now.
Wow, did you prepare for it?
Not at all, no.
Wow, that didn't sound forced at all. Yeah, I must agree. Just looks very much like Fable. Although I must say that the facial expressions on close-up are somewhat bad.
I can do a roll, as you can see. And I can also shoot lightning from my hands, which has come in useful several times already.
Back again? Taking in the sights of Yolven? How about stowing the sights and earning a little bit of coin instead? Most travellers have these ballads, Fae. They are not only rich in lore. I've heard snippets of a ballad and a beautiful ruby ring. The ballad is
Look at the
called
facial
I
I think the facial design is just horrible in this game. I'm sorry.
A maiden asks a champion to reclaim
At least you
a
look
ring
pretty cool.
But first, you must prove your prowess by hunting wild antelope and bring back something to lure the troll. May your kills be clean.
But I do like the score. I think the music is quite excellent. It sounds really cool over our headsets that we're wearing right now. And the action is pretty smooth. I really do like the combat interface. That you have, I think the interface is really easy, very simple. The button layout is pretty intuitive, and I think the weaponry, even as a beginner, is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely. This staff, I think I got it in the tutorial, and it's just been kicking ass the whole time. I haven't really felt the need to change my style or anything. And this attack that I'm using right now, I just recently got, so I've kind of been itching to use it. Forgot to use it in the last fight, though. But, oh, here we have victim number one. Oh.
Yeah, that didn't quite work the way you wanted it to, but I would use your bow and arrow. I think that might be the weapon of choice for... Yeah, I definitely... Oh, there you go, okay. They're not very ferocious enemies, as you can see.
Step right up and allow yourself... Today only I am offering a potion. His potion, I mean. Oleander Sinclair. See, I'm not really him. He being a dead... Maybe I took his coin and drank one of his potions. I could make potions. Tonics, cordials, restoratives. I don't recall the potion's name. No surprise, I can't even remember my own name. That's the price you pay. Those war-sworn curs likely have one in their keep. Not sure. They won't let me in. You could make the potion using the proper reagents.
The art design definitely very striking similarities to Fable 3, I would say. Even the coloring.
Yeah, I think the coloring is very vibrant and everything, and the natural environments look really excellent too. But as with a few other things, it kind of reminds me of the Dark Elf world in WoW, like especially the colors of the trees.
Now, in terms of storyline, do you have any background on that?
Well, the cool thing about this game's storyline so far is that you wake up and your guy was supposedly dead, but he got awoken by this giant magical well of souls or something that brought him back to life. And I think that's a pretty cool start, and the entire building was sort of falling apart throughout the tutorial, gave you a sense of urgency, and I just thought it was a really good start. But other than that, I can't really say much on the story. I've just mostly been wandering around aimlessly killing stuff.
So what do you think of the map size and the way you can actually wander about?
Well, it said it was an open-world RPG and everything, and it's true that the world doesn't seem to be divided into sectors or everything, but it still seems kind of restricted. Like, this area is pretty canyony right here, and I can't really wander as far as I'd like, but I'm hoping that there will be a point in the game where you know, there's a larger area or an area more like a desert where I can really run around and check things out.
Well, the burning question I just had, of course, is can you swim underwater?
I haven't seen water deep enough to actually... Oh, no. Right here. Yeah, you can swim. And it even looks kind of like the swimming in Fable. Does this use the same engine, I wonder? It looks really similar in many ways.
Yeah, especially the physical movement, the body movement of the characters, pretty similar. Very much a breakable environment. I don't think anything ever really burns down or falls apart and never to be seen again. I think everything is pretty much staying the same.
There's pretty much just crates that you can break and barrels and stuff like that, and I saw that a lot in the tutorial and the caves, but out here there's not really that much of that stuff, and I'm wondering what this weird stone does here.
The earth, the tendrils of thoughts twist to the soul. As the fire renews the field, the birthing labours produce the foam. As the mantis climbs to the summit, the heart outstretched to her fair hand. As the hunter kills its prey, beside this hill the crafts from sand.
Yeah, these guys really look sort of like your basic foes. Nothing majorly strong. Really no skill required. You can pretty much go nuts, as you see Mike do that right now. Any hand-to-hand combat where you just don't use any weapons?
You can probably go with that as a skill choice, but I kind of went with the magician guy because I tend to in RPGs like this.
Speaking of skill choices, maybe we should have a look at the skill window and see what it all looks like.
Alright, I haven't gotten into it before outside of leveling. This is the talent tree area, sort of, and as you can see, I've put most of my points into things that increase the power of staffs. Haven't really done anything scepter or chakram related because I'll probably stick to the staffs most of the game because they seem pretty cool. And then over here you have might and finesse, which I assume are the rogue and warrior talent trees respectively.
So you're saying you can actually pick your type of character, just like Oblivion or anything like that, or?
Yeah, you can definitely pick your type of character. There's a lot of customization, and there's this thing called the Destiny system, I think it is, where it you can eventually become an archmage or some sort of powerful champion or something, depending on the skill.
Okay, so you have to level up to a certain level to actually have that available to you.
Yeah, it looks... Well, right now I've picked the first one, which is Acolyte, but it doesn't seem like I get points very fast. They're Destinies. Here we go. And as you can see, it gives me 25% elemental damage and 10% mana cost reduction.
Okay. I think I've learned more than I ever needed to learn about this. So what about going inside buildings?
I'm
I haven't
sorry,
actually
but
tried
I'm
to go
simply
inside
out of
any buildings
plague
yet.
shield.
I guess
It
I'll try
treats
that
the
now.
blood plague, which almost all of Darden hit. Good, because go up the road through Glendora Wood that leads... Well, on your way with you.
One of the nice things I immediately noticed in this game is that you can kill the turkeys that are wandering wild. That's just a good thing to have.
Yeah, not quite as good as NPCs, but killing turkeys is definitely pretty fun.
The malicious store of potions has been used. Now it's up to me to resupply.
So here again,
stone-faced fire potions.
Graphics. I don't think they put a lot of effort into that.
South of Tinder Twig, which is easiest found
yeah, it's that way sort of in Dragon Age games too, though not to quite the same extent. It seems like there's a little more effort put into like how the animations of how the characters move rather than their actual appearance, and this isn't good.
Yes, it looks like. See, it would come in handy now
If you
to
ask
be
me,
able to kill
there's
him.
one clear cause of this plague.
Yeah, if I could kill this guy right here, I'd oh,
My
wow,
father's
talking
got
to
the
somebody
cough.
else seemed to solve it. So that was, I guess, a little look at the types of glitches you can encounter in this game, though hopefully that doesn't happen on a massive scale.
Aye.
Okay, I see the crates tend to
Half the
highlight
village sick with this damn plague.
if there's something inside of them, or if you can actually look at them. But there's no lockpicking. There's no specialty required in order to actually.
And yeah, I think there is actually a lockpicking tree. Like, if you go into abilities, it's probably something in finesse. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different part of the leveling system, but I think I remember seeing something related to lockpicking and stealing.
Maybe you're thinking of Skyrim.
No, I think it was the skills or something. It was here. You know what? Never mind.
Yeah, at this point in time, everybody watching this is going, "Come on, let's do some more combat. See what happens."
The boss battles are awesome. We had one already. Kind of. Was it a boss?
It was like the tutorial boss.
So through the grapevine, we just heard and found out that the bosses are quite awesome. So I guess really the goal is to find a boss and take him on and lose.
Those are the rock monsters.
Well, as I said, I'm just kind of running aimlessly, so if you'd like, you can actually take over, and maybe you'll have a little bit of luck finding a boss. Now, I was neglecting to do this myself, but at
What
this
do
point it
you
might be a good
want?
idea to hit left on the D-pad and take a potion, because your health's pretty low. There we go. Alright, so now you're ready for anything. And I'm noticing on the mini-map that there are a few rings that I think are quests, and we're currently on a path that's sort of leading away from them, but these guys might get us some experience, possibly help us out when we find a possible boss.
Long press on the Y button will actually shoot the bow and arrow in a much more accurate manner, I guess, and a little stronger, but very weak weapon. As you can see, I'm banging this out right now.
Yeah, had I spec'd in ranged weapons or something like that, it might be a little stronger with the bow. As it is, I only even have it really in case I run out of mana or something and can't do many ranged attacks anymore.
Well, I like how I can move about. It feels pretty fluid. It's actually a lot of fun to fight these little beasties. But as I said before, not very strong. You can make mistakes. You can do this and just enjoy yourself and feel like you've really accomplished something at the end of this.
Yeah, I agree. The combat is very rewarding, and actually it has a pretty good timing system too. I find that if you put your strikes closer to how the animations go in the middle of battle, especially with the staff or melee weapons, you'll do more damage.
Aha! Another hint that this is created just to look like Fable. But here, let's have a look here. Unlock this chest. Ah, and I see the lockpicking. Okay. I have 0 lockpicking skills and 16 lockpicks. What's the likelihood of me actually being successful?
Well, if I recall, it's based on rotating the right stick and sort of finding that sweet spot where you can move that little lever over a little easier. And it's sort of like how it is in Fallout, if that helps you.
It doesn't help me at all. And oh, wait. There we go. I've also noticed that you burn through...
Good job.
Thank you. I've also noticed that you burn through lockpicks much quicker than in Skyrim, for example. You don't have the sense of feel in this mode than with Skyrim. And I just blew through 2 without actually knowing.
Yeah, I found the little rumbling of the controller whenever I was lockpicking in Fallout would actually make it a lot easier. And in this case, as you say, it's taken out, so it's kind of like having a sense removed in a way.
Okay, now I'm just at the main map here, and I want to just check out if I can set a waypoint. Apparently I can't. It won't let me. And this is on the world map. Thank you. Alright, so we get a sense of the size of this place. A little bit more. Looks like there's a heck of a lot of areas. Yeah, not bad.
It's definitely looking like there's a desert area and everything, and that everything's a bit more open than I originally thought it was, so I'm really glad looking at the world map. I'm thinking this will be a pretty expansive game.
Well, typical things that also are added is, of course, picking up stuff for your alchemy skills. I guess making potions, all of that kind of stuff. But what's left to have? I guess buying a house.
Can you buy a house?
I don't know. Everything else looks pretty familiar, doesn't it?
That's true. But in that case, we should also have a dog. His health is low. What will he do? He will die.
What? I didn't have any potions left. I have died.
That's a damn shame. Oh, and just a bit of trivia. As I was creating this character, his name is Angus, and he has flaming orange mutton chops and orange hair, so he's the Irish dark elf mage.
I'm glad you shared that with me.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting. You spawn right where the fight happened, rather than somewhere back in town or something like that. That's pretty good. I wonder if that happens for every fight. These guys are pretty relentless.
Yeah, I do a lot of button mashing right now.
Oh, it seems our weapon broke. That's not good because I think that's our main weapon. I think the bow is really the only other one. Oh, that didn't do much damage at all. I think having a broken weapon is pretty bad.
When in doubt, repeat, repeat, repeat. So this is what I'm doing here right now, and I think
if you hold down right trigger and use the X button, you'll use your sort of raw magic that you don't need any weapon for. This is pretty brutal right here. I'm glad that I didn't wander into this area. That's another feature that's like a special sort of power that you build up over time. I don't know if we have it for right now. Try pressing both triggers. Oh yeah, there you go. So now you'll be way faster. And now you just sort of broke out of the mode that you went into. So I can't save you anymore. I learned early on that the shield is pretty useful to use in this game, especially because there are lots of ranged attackers so far that I've fought.
Yeah, my staff is absolutely broken right now. I'm using it. Oh, wait a second. Come on, die.
Truly a battle for the ages.
no arrows left. So I'm...
Oh, so close.
I'm gonna hand over the rein to you, so we can see if you're any more successful than I am.
Well, I think I'm going to run because our staff is pretty broken, and that's like our main weapon. So I think I'm going to run back to a town and get it repaired.
Okay, that's the prudent yet boring choice.
Well, I have nothing to say to that.
Can you at least fast travel there?
I'm not sure. Let's check out the map. Diddenhill. Oh, it appears we can.
I think that'll save us 15 minutes.
And we want a blacksmith or something like that. A healer's cottage, that's closer to what I'm looking for. A mill house, not quite. Bridge out of town, also not a good option.
Perhaps there's some hope.
Maybe there's a local map that'll show you a crafting hall. That sounds actually somewhat promising, unless it's actually true crafting.
Yeah, I think this might be where those arcane tables I was reading about might be, which is pretty excellent because I've been putting most of my points into a profession that lets me create magical items.
I'm already missing the inability, or the ability to
They're
jump.
the cornerstones that hold this village up.
Why?
Because I just do. I just like to jump.
Oh, see, these are a blacksmithing supplies chest, apparently, so the blacksmith should be nearby, one would think. Villager, is this him?
Kester and Cora. They're the cornerstones that hold this...
No. This guy?
Reisberg Arms and Armors, blacksmithing on premises.
This is the guy I want.
Oh, it's Inga who's handy at the forge.
Oh
so
no,
long.
Inga. Here we go.
Looking for a good smith is never out of work.
I probably should have
Not
gone
in a
towards the
troubled
person who was
village,
actually blacksmithing in the first place. But, you know, regrets. No point dwelling on the past.
A good smith is never out of work.
Okay, looks like
Not
you're
in a
actually
battle.
buffed up back to regular health.
Yep, all my equipment is in tip-top shape once again. Now all there is to do, I guess, is run back out there and find a boss or something. Or at least a large enemy.
Do you remember how to get there?
I'm probably just gonna... I'm not gonna go back to that same place we were at, probably. I think I'm gonna run towards one of those rings and then do the quest there, and then hopefully there'll be a mini-boss or something at the end of that quest.
I do like how your XP bars just start showing up when you're in combat.
Yeah, I like having all my bars sort of visible to me at all times, too, in an RPG. looks like right here is one of those rings that I'm looking for one of the quests. And I'm nearing it right now. It seems to have something on the inside of a chasm or something like that. Coil's Bane. It's a cave. I'm thinking we'll find a tough enemy in here somewhere.
I would assume so. I do like the graphics design. I think they did a good job. Make it look good, very colorful, not as muted as some of the other games.
Yeah, everything's really vibrant and luminous where it really counts. I took that one guy out before he became too much of a problem.
I do like the special kill scenes that they've come up with. Looks pretty innovative.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I think they look really cool. Oh, hardened shoes of flurry.
I saw that too, and I was curious. And you can level up. So I think we beat some pretty big fellas right now. What do you think of the game?
I think the game is looking pretty cool so far. I can't make a firm judgment call yet, I wouldn't say, because I haven't really seen enough of the game world, but if the combat keeps up being this interesting and the story keeps its pace as well, I think this could turn out to be a really great game.
I tend to agree. I think it's highly derivative of other games, but then what game isn't these days? But I think the interface looks great. I think the combat system is awesome. The graphics are nice, with the exception of the close-ups when people are talking. But overall, it's definitely worth checking out. It's coming out today, which is awesome. February 7th, if you're watching. But yeah, from the headquarters of Console Creatures, this is
Michael
and his dad. Talk to you soon.